Well, we're cruising this morning, y'all. We are cruising. I tell you what, I'm gonna get spoiled plumb to death over on this boat. Gonna get spoiled, and so definitely with this run, instead of running around with with something like that chapter cracky over all them dry cargo barges, man, yeah, I must be living right, y'all. I must be living right. Yeah, I ain't complaining one bit, but definitely. That being said, I'm driving around like a drunk sailor this morning, just swerving everywhere because I've been getting log stuff, all that stuff done. But yeah, that's what I told the mate, checking wires out there because I've been driving like a drunk sailor. And some of the questions I had asked, this is this is one barge. It looks like. See, it looks just different. That combing on it's different, but that's all one barge. And then that's a lead barge out there. And I can't remember last night somebody was asking me what my dimensions were on those barges and all this, that, and other. Long and short, this barge right here is 300 foot by 52 foot wide. 52 foot wide, and it starts right here and comes all the way back here. It's a 300 foot barge and 52 foot wide. That barge out there is 54 foot wide by 280. So we are, if I do the math right, 580 overall length. 580 overall length, and then, well, you figure the boat. I think what this boat's like 100, maybe 110. I can't remember let's see how long this boat is. I need to know my dimensions, y'all. But somebody asked last night on the length and what we had. But the dimensions on this is, well, I can't quite see it. A little bit too dark. Hold on. Make a little racket, why don't you? Length 105.6. And it's, what is it? I can't read it now. 32 foot wide by 105.6. So, yeah, that gives us our 280 by 105.6. That is, yeah, that's that math. That's that math. But anyway, we've, yeah, I wasn't for sure. I was thinking they was close to 300 foot apiece, but I wasn't for sure. Wasn't for sure on my overall, and I said I'd get back the first thing this morning, and I did. The office lady, she gave me my dimensions on overall. I mean, I had an idea, but I didn't know exact. So anyway, that's our 580. That'd be 685.6 is our overall length, and see, I can do math in my head, y'all. I can do math in my head. I mean, those that remember, I went to school, Oklahoma State University, as a chemical engineering major. So, I like to throw that out there when I can't do little easy arithmetic in my head. That throws them off a little bit, while I'm still trying to do the arithmetic in my head. we had fancy scientific calculators back then. I didn't have to do arithmetic. Anyway, but beautiful morning, man. Beautiful morning. Myersville, coming by Myersville elevator, grain elevator coming by it. And I got my first workout in last night. First workout of this trip, anyway. A really lightweight, man. I mean, I was doing some squats with 90 pounds, not with the bar and 225s. And I ain't proud, man. I ain't trying to set no records. I'll show y'all the workout room. I don't know if I've showed a video of the workout room. But they got a really nice setup. But it's got the safety stuff on it and that. But we've got all the weights we need. But yeah, good Olympic bars, really good Olympic bars. That's all I use. I just use that and those weights. But they've got a really nice Bowflex on here with all the stuff. So yeah, man, I get spoiled real quick with this type of equipment. But really nice workout room, and no excuse for me not to be doing a little bit of exercising, because it's just a few steps from my room, and then workout rooms in between here and the wheelhouse. There's no excuse for me. Well, I can make excuses, but no valid excuses for me not to be working out. But yeah, a little beautiful morning, man. Like I said, I'm gonna try to get the video lengths are gonna be a little bit shorter. For next, at least for a little bit, because this area's up and through here. Uploads take longer. The signal strength is not quite what it is like around Vicksburg and stuff like that. So, it takes a little bit longer. And if I've got an hour video, a 4K video, it can take a considerable amount of time. Literally like 6 hours or so to upload. And since I used to operate with two phones. I had my Verizon iPhone 15 Pro Max, and then I had this one. Is the same thing, but I did, like I said, and I had AT&T and a Verizon, and that's mainly from like running the upper back in the day, and just me wanting two iPhones, because I could be uploading one or videoing one, and I could be using the other one. But that's a little excessive. I really don't need it, especially with all the things I can do with this phone. And the quality and the upload speeds and stuff. The processing power is a lot better than what it used to be, in the day. So really, just I can operate on one phone. Plus, I've got my iPad. I got my iPad Pro that is that I can run hotspot off of this phone and use that. So there's really no excuse. I don't need to be carrying, and it got to be a hassle having two phones, to be honest with you. Get to brighten up everything for the day. There we go. Oh yeah, pretty. And we got that Chrissy T running up ahead of us. See, I throw a track on him for me and my partner, because I know if that boat up there is going through some stuff, we can actually go through stuff too. So, kind of got somebody running shotgun for me. That's one of them things. I know a lot of these old guys fucking throw a fit about, or watch my mouth, that will throw a fit, and a little bit of pride involved. But hey, at this stage of the river, all information is valuable information. And if I know a boat up ahead of me is running in an area, I know I can follow where he is. So it just, that takes out the stress of it. That doesn't mean that I don't know where I need to be or anything like that. Like I said, that can be a pride issue with a lot of wheelmen. And I get it. We're kind of a prideful bunch, but every now and again you just, allow to use the tools that you have. If you're not using all the tools at your disposal and putting them, if you got a boat running up ahead of you or somewhere else that you can put a track on and know that there's good water there, yeah, man. I don't, the hesitancy to do that is, like I say, it's just a prideful thing. Not utilizing your tools. I know guys that didn't want guys to train on this stuff, and it was, we primarily radar and paper charts, and then we went to that. Guys didn't allow guys to use them even. I never understood that, because that's a tool you're going to use. You need to learn how to use that. It is valuable to understand how to run radar only and paper chart, but that's a thing of the past now. This is what we've got, and it always has frustrated me when people would want me to or talked about operating boats with less tools than what they have, just removing something from your toolbox. It'd be like anything else, taking a wrench out your toolbox and using a crescent instead. Use the tools that you have for the job, y'all. That's just my opinion. I know there are probably folks that doubt that and disagree, especially some of the older fellas out here, and more prideful fellas and all that, but that's the way it is, man. Yeah, it gets to be a little nauseating sometimes, some of the, and I'm the same way, man. I'm a very, we're very confident fellas, and that confidence can creep into arrogance real quick, and especially when I'm off a boat. When I'm off a boat, my confidence can come across as very arrogant if I'm not careful. And it's not. It doesn't come across as arrogant. It genuinely, I can be an arrogant SOB at times. But I'm working on that, realizing the problems, realizing there is a problem sometimes is part of the solution, at least as the start to a solution. As my therapist would say. Yeah, therapist. Yeah, I go to a therapist, y'all. That ought to be, that's almost sacrilege to speak of something like that out here. But anyway, I'm all about bettering myself. And I constantly want to work to do that. And to be real honest, it's men that some of the best men that I've learned from were rivermen and boat captains and pilots, and I still remember, man. Captain Henry Kelly. He was damn near 80 years old when I rode with him, and I remember talking to him about stuff, and he'd make these turns real smooth, these big boats and stuff, and we were just talking about knowing your job and realizing stuff, and that old man told me, he said he learns stuff every trip still. 80-year-old man been out here. Said he learns stuff every trip. He says, I might as well hang it up when I think that I know everything. And, that kind of attitude's what it takes. There is something to, and I was talking to the mate about it yesterday, about being confident. I know guys that are very competent wheelmen, but lack confidence, and they come across as sketchy. They seem nervous all the time, and that's passed down through a crew. You got a captain that seems nervous, it's going to make a nervous crew. There is something about that of not being an asshole, but just coming across as very competent and confident. There's many times when I've been less than confident about what I was doing, but I carried myself with confidence, just so the crew would feel that way. And specifically talking about in emergency situations, emergency situations or really bad deals. You need a crew looks to a confident captain, somebody that seems, regardless of what, you exude that confidence, and it instills it in your crew. Man, I'm on a rant this morning, y'all. I actually sound like I know something, but like going back to the old deal, I do realize that I'm very ignorant in a lot of things in lots of areas, and I just constantly want to improve that. But anyway, good, clean living, y'all. That's the only thing I know to say. That's what it takes. It's taken me this long to figure out that, and I'm not talking, and I'm just talking about as recently as just a few months ago, me deciding there was some of them hard seltzers. I realized that 10 of those would get me pretty darn drunk. And the thing about it is, the next morning I had such a damn hangover. I don't like that, man. It ain't fun. It ain't worth it. I mean, how they say the juice ain't worth the squeeze or whatever anymore. I'm not I've had my issues with stuff, and folks that know me know that I put myself in rehab back about after I went through divorce with the last, with the ex, with all that. I mean, folks that followed me on social media realized what a mess I was, because we were putting it all out there for the world to see, and it's obvious looking in hindsight. But that being said, man, always just looking to better myself, and it seems like I'm at an age now where it's surprising and shocking to me that it's taken me this long to come with these great discoveries. But also there's things that make things change for you. And grandkids will change a man like I never realized. Having grandkids has really changed me. I've got some great grandkids. We got 2 granddaughters. Me and Ro got 2 granddaughters and a grandson. And man, I want to be around and happy and healthy for them to grow up and see them, maybe someday have their own kids. I'm not going to get greedy, but I would like to live as long as I can, and not just live, but live happily and healthy as long as I can. That's important to me. That's really important to me. So, all right, rant over, y'all. I got 14 minutes, almost 15-minute video for y'all. Good morning, and Myersville will be seeing Greenville sometime, probably later today. So, Yeah. Anyway, y'all have a great day.